Hey there! Today we're going on a little expedition. We're going to create a map, but this one's different. The territory we're exploring, well, it's you. And don't worry, this isn't a test. It's really just a journey to get to know yourself a little better.
So let's dive in with one big central question. On what land do you stand? Now, I know that sounds a bit out there, but stick with me. We're going to use this idea to explore your own internal world. You know, the patterns and gut reactions that really make you, well, you.
So for this trip, think of me as the cartographer, the map maker. I'm just here to provide the tools and the guideposts, but you're the explorer. You're the one who's actually discovering the terrain. The goal here isn't to get a perfect score, but just to listen, really listen, to the signals coming from your own internal landscape. Ready to get started? We've got 4 short stories, 4 pretty common life scenarios coming up. Your only job is to listen. And I don't mean with that analytical part of your brain that wants to figure everything out. I mean listen with your gut. Pay attention to that very first, immediate flash of feeling you get in your body. All right, let's begin the expedition. Okay, our first destination on the map is what we'll call the solo voyage.
So just imagine this. Your partner, or maybe someone you're just really close to, is leaving for a whole month. It's for an incredible opportunity for them, their dream job, a huge project. But it means you are going to be on your own for that time.
Just take a moment. What's that immediate flicker of feeling? Is it a pang of panic? A sense of relief? Sadness? Maybe even excitement? What does your body feel like? And remember, don't judge it. Just notice it. All right, let's move on to our second scenario. We're calling this one radio silence. This one. So common in our world today, right? You send an important message to someone you care about, and you're waiting for them to get back to you. An hour goes by, then another. The evening comes, and still nothing. Your phone is just silent. So where does your mind go in that silence? Does it immediately start spinning up stories? Do you feel a tightness in your chest or that sinking feeling in your stomach? Or do you honestly barely even notice? Again, just observe that first initial hit. Now for our third stop on this map. Let's call this one the crack. This one's about conflict. Imagine you've had a really bad argument with someone you love. Some hurtful things were said, and now nothing's resolved. There's just this cold, silent distance between you, almost like an icy wall. What is your immediate gut impulse right then? Is it to fix it right now at any cost, or is it to pull away even further, to build your side of the wall higher? And what's the hardest part of that situation for you? The silence or the uncertainty of it all? And finally, our fourth and last scenario. Let's call this the harbor. This one is all about receiving support. Picture yourself going through a really tough time, maybe with work, an illness, a personal loss. You're struggling, and your person is right there, totally available to help you. The question is, can you actually let them in? Can you, without feeling ashamed or guilty, just say, "I'm not okay. I'm struggling. Can you just be with me?" Or is your first instinct to put on a brave face and say, "It's fine, I'll figure it out," and then just suffer in silence? Take a moment with that one. Okay, the explorer part of our journey is done. You've gathered your data, your internal field notes. Now I'm putting my cartographer hat back on, and I'm going to hand you the keys to this map. Let's see if we can match those responses you noticed with some common patterns. So, if your general reaction through those scenarios was pretty calm, maybe even constructive, if you thought, "Oh great, I'll have time for my projects," or they're probably just busy, and if asking for help feels pretty natural to you, you are likely standing on the ground of secure attachment. It's like your internal compass just trusts that the connection is solid even when you're apart. But what if those scenarios triggered a wave of anxiety? If your 9 started racing with worst-case scenarios and you felt that physical tightness in your chest, you might be hearing the alarm of an anxious attachment style. That internal alarm is basically shouting, "Connection is under threat, do something now." Then again, what if your reaction was detachment? Maybe even a little bit of relief, a feeling of finally some space, or a really strong urge to handle everything completely on your own. If asking for help felt awkward or even weak, your internal landscape might be mapped with an avoidant attachment style. Here, the core motto is that being self-reliant is safe, and depending on other people feels like a threat. And you know, sometimes there's no clear strategy at all. If you felt a sharp, almost paralyzing confusion, a feeling of being trapped,
wanting to both rush towards that person and run away from them at the exact same time, you might be touching on the really complex territory of disorganized patterns. There's no single playbook here. It's just a feeling of internal chaos.
Okay, so this is absolutely the most crucial point. None of these are diagnoses. They are not labels to stick on yourself forever. Think of this as a snapshot of your internal weather today. And you know what? The weather can change. And hey, you might have reacted one way in one story and a completely different way in another. We're just looking for the dominant tendency. So why did we even make this map? It's all about finding your point of power. Because the next time a trigger happens, like your partner being silent, and that old alarm signal goes off, you can now recognize it. You can say, aha, there it is, that's my old pattern. And in that moment of recognition, you create a pause, a tiny, powerful space between the trigger and your usual reaction.
And in that pause, that's where choice is born. The choice to respond not from some old automatic program, but as the adult you are today. You can't change your attachment style overnight, but just by mapping it, by becoming aware of it, you stop being its hostage. You become an observer, a conscious participant. You just took the very first step on that path. So, what will you choose to do in that pause next time?